Good morning, friends and enemies. Today's Inktober challenge, which is spirit. I would rather not rant about anything today. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a story. It is widely accepted as a fact that spirits are existing. Even if I wouldn't have my own experiences by myself, which are aplenty, having this view that there is only one reality, one life, and one plane is utterly nonsensical for me, because such a selfish thought. There must be plenty of them, and plenty of forms of life and afterlife. Obviously, we are not alone. We are never alone. Our world is built on the bones of our ancestors. Obviously, we are not alone. And these thoughts are some way reassuring, knowing that something watches over us. Our ancestors might. I'm going to read you a story today. The title is Haunted Houses. Yes, the book was first published in 1907. There are very many people who, without the least danger of being accused of wit, do not believe in ghosts and yet are afraid. It is, in fact, the attitude of the world towards the supernatural. Do you believe in ghosts? Asked the gentleman of Madame de la Fond. No, replied that witty lady, but I am afraid of them. A belief in ghosts has always been widely distributed among the people of the earth as the religious idea itself. Today I'm going to read you the story about Spendlin Tower. The following example takes us across the border into the neighborhood of Lochaber, Dumfriesshire. Spendlin Tower was, in the reign of Charles II, the residence, or at least the property, of Sir Alexander Jardine, a bold, bad baronet, who was imprisoned in the dungeon of his old tower overlooking the inn on a certain miller. One Proetus, charged, with the degree of truth does not appear, with being incendiary of his own mill. It was while this prisoner was languishing in the underground hall of the Spendlin Tower that Sir Alexander Jardine was summoned to Edinburgh on urgent business, which so engrossed his mind that, carrying with him the keys of his little ease, he clean forgot the existence of unfortunate Proetus until some days later. Suddenly that horrible conviction dawned upon him that he had left the miller in his lonely cell without any possibility of his making himself heard. Hurriedly, the baronet entrusted the key of a messenger whom he had bade hasten to Spendlin Tower. But by the time that envoy had arrived, the hapless Proetus was dead, starved to death. This is how we lay the scene. It was quite in order that the ghost of his miserable prisoner should haunt the scene, and the neighborhood of Spendlin Tower accordingly was very soon reported to be unquiet, with the shrieking spirit whose hole made the blood of such cutters who lived within earshot run cold. The horror-stricken baronet did what was possible. He procured the service of a number of ministers of religion who undertook to lay the ghost in the Red Sea, or other appropriate resting place, or at very least of it, to confine him within the dungeon wherein his mortal part had ended. The Red Sea, however, appears to have been a little beyond their powers, and Sir Alexander had to be content with the dungeon. The Red Sea is traditionally a place where steered ghosts was spent to lay rest. for which muffled cries of "Let me out! Let me out! I'm dead of hunger!" were long heard, accompanied by bird-like flutterings. When children thrust twigs through the keyhole, the hungry ghost would invariably tear off the bark and consume it. This is kind of unsettling. When at last, about 1770, the Jardin family migrated across the Annan to their fine new mansion, the ancient Bible by whose aid the spirit has thus kept within the bound of left behind. At last, in an age which did not comprehend the essential importance of the Bible being kept on the spot, it was taken away to Edinburgh to be rebound. That was the spirit's opportunity, which he took full advantage by crossing the stream and invading the mansion, where he was credited with hauling the baronet and his wife out of bed, and in general produced such terror that no time was lost in intercepting the Bible on its way and restoring it, and incidentally the ghostly but forceful Proetus, to the old tower. But even ghosts seem to feel the ravages of time. Long, long ago, the old Bible was taken to Jardin Hall, and not within the memory of man has Proetus made any sign. Jardin Hall was sold by the family in 1884, but they still preserve the old black-lettered Bible printed in 1634, and now carefully enclosed within a strong brass-clamped box made from the ancient beams of the long-since roofless walls of Spendlin Tower. This is quite of a sad story. But on the other hand, mistakes happen. And those mistakes we cannot forgive ourselves are still with us and still keep and accompany us until we can forgive ourselves. The spirit of bad decisions is what we are suffering from at this moment, at this time. Stay safe.